Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's team call. I am really excited about this topic. I was getting pretty pumped when I was planning it, and so I just want to let you know that this is going to be something where there's lots of information. I hope you come out fired up and pumped up, ready for October. So let me share my screen real fast. Let's start my slideshow. Okay. So September was an amazing month. We had a few of us participate in the Health Bet Challenge, and so that was really exciting. Well, if you haven't gotten a paycheck from actual coaching stuff, you will be getting a paycheck for doing the challenge group, the activities such as drinking your shake every day and working out and posting your pictures in the group. And that's really what a coach does. So in a way, you are getting a coach paycheck. So that's really exciting. And we also had our team grow by 8 new coaches. And so, like I said, a lot of stuff has been happening, and with those 8 people that came in and the people that were already on our team were all awesome. We changed 17 lives total. So that was really exciting to see the numbers of lives that we actually impact just by growing our team and doing what we would have been doing if we weren't coaching anyways, helping people. So I want to keep the momentum up for going into October. A few of us are finishing up with the IFN Institute, and we're covering all the questions, starting to grow our own challenge groups. A few of us are launching blogs and websites and hosting free groups. So that's really awesome to see you guys doing that. And we have a lot going for us. So there's a lot to be excited about, and that's why I want October to be our best month yet, because we have been setting ourselves up all September to have a really great October, and I don't want to let the snowball stop in the middle of the hill. I want it to keep rolling down there. So there's lots of new things happening in the next month, and so I want to kind of cover a few of those things. I'm going to be hosting a fresh challenge group with a new twist, and I think we should all be really excited about it. I'm going to go into detail on these later, but real fast, I'm just going through it. Also, another thing that just happened, it just launched, and it'll be rolling out to all coaches on October 10th. Beachbody just opened and implemented a new coach kickstart guide system. So that's kind of interesting, and I want to talk to you guys about that. And then several of the coaches on our team are approaching the end of their first 30 days, and that's significant for a few reasons. So I want to go into detail about that. So before we get into the meat of the call about having your best month ever, I want to go and dive into these topics because it's important to know and important to know what's going on and keep updated with that. So first, I want to talk about the new challenge group. I am really pumped about this. I have spent a lot of time planning for it, and I'm really excited to be able to open it up to everybody. So it starts on October 9th officially, and it's open to anyone. So that's next Sunday. But the week before that, we'll be doing a prep week. So I'm going to post either a picture or a video every single day and go over different topics. I think I start with, hold on, I can look. I have it. I literally just planned it today. Maybe I don't have it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So day 1, I'll be going over just making sure that people know what the schedule is for the groups, that they make sure they set aside time for grocery shopping and meal planning, kind of just let them know what to expect. And then I'm going to go over the next few days the point system, how the live workouts will work and how they can use it to their advantage, what to do if they don't have a program or they don't have Shakeology, because the point system kind of deals with those things. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that and maybe give them a chance to get those programs and that Shakeology. And so that might give us an opportunity to reach Success Club, or, you know, just help people who really didn't know what was available to them. And then I'm also going to go over meal plans and grocery lists. And I'm going to kind of go through the 21-day fixed meal plan. And I'm not going to do it individually for everybody, obviously, but I'm going to show them pictures of the little book and show them like how much of each food group they should be eating so they can figure that out for themselves on their own. And then on the last day, on Sunday, the very first day of the group, I'm going to do meal prep and share videos from Autumn Calabrese on different meal prep tips. And she actually goes through and like shows 2 different methods of meal prep. So that was really interesting. And I want to make sure to get that out to people who maybe haven't ever meal prepped before. So that's really important. So I want you to remember that this group is available to you, whether you, if you don't feel comfortable hosting your own group, or you just want to add your challengers to it so they can see what it's like and maybe get that experience under their belt. If you're not in this group yet, please just comment in the little group chat right now, or text me if you're watching this not live, and we'll make sure to get you added. That being said, when you add someone, please don't just put them into the group and never talk to them again. We want them to reach their goals, and we are their coaches, so we have to check in with them at least once a week. And I'm saying at least because you should be, again, not constant contact, but you should be talking to them every single day, you know, whether that's in the group or individual messages. You should be keeping track of their progress. You know, a simple way to check in with them is just ask what's going well, what's not going so well, and ask how you can help. That's really all they want. All of our coaching duties surround helping people, so really make sure you're putting yourself out there and letting them know that you're here to help them. Now, you'll notice that this group is open to anyone, and that means a challenge pack is not required, but I definitely want to stress that this will be a much better group, and they will be much better off if they do have a program. Now, I don't want to trick people and say it's free and open to anyone and then require challenge packs, so I'm leaving it up to them, but I am going to explain why it would be beneficial for them to start with a program. I have hosted at least, I guess, 12 challenge groups in the past year, and I've seen people in those groups start without a plan because, you know, they can find an excuse as to why they can't buy one or why they don't need them necessarily. And they tell themselves all these things, but I have noticed that 100% of the people who don't have a challenge pack in my groups will end up falling off the wagon completely within the first 2 weeks of the challenge group. So if they want to get something out of it and they actually want to make it worth their time and worth their efforts, I suggest a challenge pack, because if they don't have a plan, they will not keep going. And even if they can join the group and we are their coach, without a calendar to follow, without a personalized meal plan, you know, they have no idea what they're doing. And as a coach, we can't really coach them because we don't have any idea what they're doing either. So that makes both of our jobs very hard, and it's just better for everyone involved if they have a program, a meal plan, Shakeology, you know, whatever fits their needs, because they'll be able to interact with the group, and that's the whole point of the challenge groups, to be on the same journey as the people in this support group, in this environment. And so if you're not adding to the environment, or you're not contributing to the conversation, then you're not going to get anything out of it. You're not going to help everybody else in the group. So I think that's really important. And, you know, okay, rant over. But another reason why they'll need a challenge pack is because they'll be able to rack up more points if they are posting in the challenge group. And when I say points, it's because I have a point system. If you're not already in the group and you haven't seen the group description, I'm going to be giving prizes away to the top 5 scorers each week. And so the point system is explained in the challenge group description. And I'm also obviously going to make a video about the point system so everyone understands it. But really, you get a point or a certain number of points for sharing your Shakeology, for sharing a sweaty selfie, or joining in the live workouts, different stuff like that. So if you don't have Shakeology, or you don't have a workout or anything like that, then you're not going to be able to get plans, and you won't be able to get the giveaways. So that's kind of one of the things that is luring people into this challenge group, is the giveaways. And again, if they don't have a program and they don't have Shakeology, they're not going to be able to get that giveaway. So that's just another thing that I will be sure to mention. Another reason why everyone is allowed in this group is because I will be doing a live workout that they can join in on every single day. And I did this on my like page on Facebook, and it went really well. I had like 97 views for my first time, which I was not expecting. And, you know, I was getting pictures from my family members. They were doing it. It was really cute and awesome to see people's comments afterwards. And it went really well, and the feedback that I got for it just kind of confirmed my idea to do it in this challenge group. So the reason I want to do this is because if they don't want to get a program or they can't, then they really don't have an excuse, because they can join in on my live workouts, or they can rewatch it throughout the day whenever they have time to do their workouts. I will be doing my P90X3 workouts, so they may want to consider a lower impact program depending on their fitness level. Sorry. But this challenge group will allow people to try out the workouts if they don't already have one, win samples, or even like full programs and full bags of Shakeology. Those are included in the prizes that I'm giving away, if they don't already have any of those, or if they haven't ever tried them. And it'll just give them a chance to see and experience what a challenge group is all about. And hopefully they can change their habits and relationships with exercise in the meantime. So that'll be a really cool thing to do. And, if you have any questions about this challenge group, please message me, contact me somehow, so I can make sure that you're A, in the group, and B, inviting people to it. Because like I said, this is free. This is a great opportunity for you to just reach out to anybody who may or may not have the money, who, you might be scared to ask them to join a paid challenge group. If you want to invite them to this one, this will be a great opportunity for them. All right. So the next thing I want to go over is the first 30, which is the new Beachbody onboarding process. So I got an email last week, and basically it says that Beachbody knows that being a new coach can be very overwhelming, and even training a new coach can be tricky. So they created this onboarding process to help us all out. Basically, right when a coach enrolls, within the first 30 minutes, Beachbody will send them an email with an 8-minute welcome video, which kind of tells them how to set up their business. And in the first 30 hours, it kind of gives them a checklist of what to do. And they will complete a quick start guide that is included. It also includes like a little roadmap for the first 30 days. And a new coach will complete the Coach Basics training that Beachbody has made. And it's nothing new, but it just kind of tells people what to do next and where to go. So it's basically just a framework or a roadmap for new coaches. Now, I did just launch the IF Institute a couple months ago, and it's essentially the same thing. Personally, it's awesome. I think it's amazing that Beachbody recognizes that this is definitely a need for many teams. A lot of teams don't have a new coach training like we do, and so this is very helpful for them. But I would prefer that my new coaches complete the IF Institute before anything else, because it's personalized to our team culture, and it gives the same information and the same roadmap, and it's more focused approach for what we want our team to be and our goals and stuff like that. So I personally don't want people to be, confused or overwhelmed by this. So like I said, new coaches will receive the first 30 email, whether I want them to or not. And I've edited my welcome email to tell new coaches to finish and focus on the IF Institute before they even move on to something else that Beachbody sends them. I've kind of warned them that they'll be receiving an email if they haven't already, and basically just click this link and finish our team training first, and that'll give you a better understanding for the first 30 if they want to complete that. I think the new coach training for new coaches is overwhelming enough, and I don't want to pile on just another thing for new coaches to have to complete. And so this is a brand spanking new system for Beachbody, and it hasn't been perfected. It's kind of going to be a trial and error thing. And so I really don't want to start using it or implementing it into our team training until I know that it has been perfected and top coaches have given their input and Beachbody has maybe had a chance to change it up a little bit. But I just wanted to let you know that this is going on. So if you would like to use it, you definitely can. But also, I did want to let you know that if you need a template for a welcome email, there is a file in our coach group, and it's called Welcome to the Team. And if you click on that, it'll give you basically everything that I send you plus more in the welcome email. You can also just copy and paste what I did actually send you for your welcome email, and you can use that after you personalize it. Instead of saying where it says that I created this group, you might want to say, the coach talking is Caitlin Smith. She is your upline sponsor. Something like that. Personalize it, make it edited to where you can use it for your team. But you can definitely invite, just like the challenge group, you can invite all of your coaches to the IF Institute. So I guess I'll show you real fast. This is what I do. So I keep all of my emails that I need to send to coaches all in my drafts, which it doesn't bother me. Some people don't like the clutter, I guess. But for example, I have the coach sign up thing. I have the new coach welcome email. Different things that I send consistently. I just keep it all hidden away in my draft so I can just copy and paste and personalize it. And that way I don't have to retype everything every single time. So that's something that I do, something for you to consider, I guess. Okay, let me start this again. Oh, let's try from the beginning. All right. So I guess we're ready to move on to the next one. So back to the announcements. We have, as I said, several coaches who are approaching their 1 month coach anniversary. So you guys have been working really hard, and I've gotten this question already, so I want to clarify it just for everyone across the board. But as a new coach, your first 30 days are the first 30 days, whether it crosses into another month or not. So let's say, for example, if a coach enrolls on September 13th, which is very around the time that a lot of you guys signed up, if they signed up on September 13th, their first month would be considered September or October. So if they achieve Success Club before September 30th, then September would count as their first month. If they don't achieve Success Club in the month of September, but they end up achieving it within October, then October will count as their first month. So I hope that makes sense. But this is important because if you achieve Success Club in your first 3 consecutive months, you will earn the title Success Starter, and you'll also earn a free ticket to Summit, which is really exciting. That's how I went to Summit last year, or I guess this year. But I really want that for you guys. So I don't want you stressing if you haven't, reached Success Club before September 30th and you think that your life is over. It's not. I just want to let you know. If you need more information on that, I did put the FAQ number, so you can go check that out if you are interested. All right. So now that all of that is said, it kind of sort of leads up to the theme of this call. So like I said, I want everyone on this team to keep the momentum up and going into October. And everyone on this team is in an exciting point. Doesn't matter whether you are a new coach or an old coach, but we are all, I think, kind of taking big steps in our business. And so if you haven't figured it all out already, I'm not always just like a rose-colored glasses and a soft puppy-loving person. I really, really like tough love, and I like being straightforward, and that's really what this call is going to be. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to have your best month ever. So I hope that you get a lot out of this. Like I said, I was just getting pumped up as I was planning this out, and so I really hope that you guys get some really good takeaways from it. So let's get started. All right, so this week my boyfriend and I were actually having a conversation about his baseball team. And he said that his pet peeve is when his kids tell him, all right, I'll try, when he's explaining a new drill or something that they need to do on their own time at home. And they always say, all right, coach, I'll try. And they think that that's a good thing, but it really just gets on his nerves. And I actually heard the same thing in a podcast this week, and I don't know if that was meant to be or, just a coincidence, but basically this word try was bothering both of us. And really, the try word will tell you if you're actually going to do something or not. When you invite someone to go to a get-together and they say, all right, I'll try and make it, do you really believe that they're actually going to make an effort to show up? Probably not. So the same thing happens when you tell yourself that you're going to try. Your mind will automatically think that it's not going to happen because you're not fully committed to it. So I want you to ask yourself this question real fast. When you enrolled as a coach and you were thinking to yourself, or maybe you're having a conversation with somebody, did you say, I'm going to try this out and see how it goes? Or maybe you said something like, I'm going to try coaching out, see where it takes me. So many coaches say this to me, and it just makes my stomach sink because I truly believe in the people that are on this team. You guys are chosen to join this team for a reason. I saw something in you, and when you guys reveal to me that you don't believe in yourself when you say, I'm going to try this, it makes me feel like I can't do anything for you until you do believe in yourself. So I want to challenge you to notice every time you say try, I want you to notice it and stop and ask yourself, am I actually going to try, or am I just going to get it done? Yoda from Star Wars, I have him on this little picture right here. He says, you either do or you do not. There is no try. And there are really popular coaches out there who have been coaching for 5+ years. You know, I think 12 years is the oldest any of the coaches could be. But a lot of them have been hugely successful. And if you know their names from training, or you've seen them at Summit, or just on YouTube videos or Google searches, you'll see the ones that are multimillionaires. They're living in Costa Rica or some island life, or they've retired their spouses and they get to do whatever the heck they want. These are the coaches like Amy Silverman, Christine Dwyer, Lindsay Matway, Danielle Natoni, et cetera, et cetera. So you see all these coaches. And then there's also coaches that you meet maybe at Summit or at a Super Saturday event. And they say, or they tell you that they've been coaching for 5+ years. And you're like, really? Why don't I know your name? Like, you don't say that to them, but you think about it, because they are still emerald, or they haven't grown at all. So I want you to ask yourself, which coach do you want to be? The one who decides to rock the business out and to eventually, in 5 years or however long it takes, do you want to be the name that's known? Do you want to be the successful coach that actually made something of this business? Or do you want to be the one who coasts along for the longest time and just keeps trying? The coaches who want to grow are the coaches who just go for it. You don't need to know, I've said this, I don't know how many times, but you don't need to know everything in order to get things done. I always stress being resourceful, but it's because it's so true. If you have your answers and you go find those answers, and then you put those answers into action, you just take what you can find and you actually go put it into action, those are the people who are going to grow. So stop trying and just go for it. That's what I want to challenge you to do. So another thing that I want you to do is do what you know now. We have all finished coach training. If you're on this team, I don't have a coach. I started you guys all together so that everyone got through the training together. And so I know that everyone has finished the coach training. The IF Institute covers social media, inviting, being a product of the product, personal development, and a lot of other topics. So if you're doing those things and if you are not doing those things, and you message me saying that you're struggling, I have to be honest, I will not feel sympathy for you if you're not doing those vital behaviors and you're not doing the stuff that I took time to teach you in the Infinity Institute, and you still say that you're struggling, because that tells me that you haven't been doing them. So what will I do when you come to me and you say that? I'm going to redirect you right back where you started at the IF Institute, because I really did cover all the things, all the basics that you need to know. We don't start as experts from the beginning. I totally know that. But like I said, I made sure that I went in depth about all the basics in the IF Institute. Sorry, I need some water. So if you aren't doing what the training taught you, you need to go back and start there. Even if you have been a coach for a month or 6 months or a year, it never hurts to go back and watch basic training. You can hear something multiple times and get something out of it different every single time. So this month, what I want our entire team to do is really, really focus on the basics. Sade has done a great job of going back to the basics and just completing the vital behaviors. And guess what? People are noticing her business. She just launched a blog and people are really excited about it. She's done a great job of messaging me her daily invites and her workouts. And I've seen it all. And just her doing those basic things have made a big difference in her business. So even if the videos in the IF Institute, let's say you did watch them and you took great notes and you watched them multiple times and they just don't seem to help you, that is not an excuse, because even if they didn't teach you anything, you still have a computer, you have a phone, you have the option to go Google or YouTube those topics and get a different perspective. So that's, I guess I'm talking about resourcefulness again, but I don't want you to have any excuses for not knowing, because we live in an age of technology. If you don't know something, it's your own fault. And just being upfront and honest. But another thing that I want to make sure you do not do is don't wait on anyone, including your upline sponsor. So that's including me. If you're relying on me or whoever your sponsor coach is to hold your hand through every conversation or every social media post, you're doing it wrong. So if you don't know this, maybe I should make it more clear, but my goal for you is to be better than me. I have to tell you every one of my experiences, all of my thoughts. I have to train you in order to make you a better coach. And I hope that you can have my thoughts plus your own thoughts and make yourself better. I think it's important to tell you guys this because I want you to think about it this way. If you are always waiting for me to teach you and provide groups for you and provide info and training and this and that, you're going to do two things to yourself. Number one, you're going to be limiting your own success with me as your ceiling. And the other thing, number two, you'll only ever get one perspective on coaching, while there are thousands and thousands of ways of doing things. And my way might not be your way. We're all similar in this group. We have similar interests. We have similar things that just make things in common. But that doesn't mean that we are going to have the same way of learning or the same way of thinking on a certain topic. So if you're always listening to what I say and I'm the only person who's ever training you, and you're not going out and finding other coaches to tell you how to do something or get different advice from different YouTube trainings or whatever it is, you'll never learn to think for yourself. And that's not freedom. And that's what this whole coaching thing is all about, is freedom and having control of your own business. And more importantly, it's not fun if you're always doing what I'm telling you to do. I want you to own this business and I want you to take control of it. And so I really want you to be independent and better than me. That's the ultimate goal. So don't wait for me. Don't wait for me to hold your hand and just tell you everything. You guys are smart and capable, and I just really want to stress that. All right, so the next thing is that you get what you post for. One of the coach basics that I've noticed is that a lot of us aren't doing social media, which is a huge missed opportunity. So I don't know if you know this or not, but I have the notification settings turned on for every time one of you posts something, I get notified. I love to see what you guys are posting, but that makes sure that I know what you're posting on social media, or if you're even posting, and also what you're posting. I don't do this because I'm like big brother or because I want to like be your boss, but because if I know that your business relies on your consistency on social media, then I have to be able to coach you guys through that. So you don't have to go door to door, and you don't have to post parties for Beachbody. We are so lucky that we can build a business, and all we need to do is be on social media. So ask yourself this question, these questions, I guess. Are you posting enough? And are you posting the right things? Are you posting a picture of your Shakeology with a random shake fact, once a week or so, and expecting people to be interested? I love my chocolate Shakeology. It has 70 nutrients in it. Message me if you want it. Are you doing that? Or are you the person sharing cat videos on Facebook and all the tasty recipes with the butter and sugar and all the unhealthy stuff, and not really treating your social media like the business that it actually is? If you don't know where to start with social media, I'm again going to redirect you right back to the IF Institute, where I have a whole entire social media video, and I explicitly lay everything out for you. There are so many people who refuse to post on social media for, various reasons. And it honestly makes me want to pull my hair out because I just don't get it. I know that my business relies on what I'm doing and posting, and I can guarantee that I'm going to do what it takes to grow my business, especially if it's as easy as, posting pictures of me doing a workout or making my plate pretty or reaching my own fitness goals. If I'm posting my own transformation along the way, that's going to benefit me. So why wouldn't I want to do that? A, I think it's fun. B, I'm reaching my own goals. So of course I want to share it with people. If growing a business is as easy as that, I'm going to do whatever it takes. And that's because it really matters to me. And I know that if I do that basic behavior, eventually over time, I'm going to catch more and more people's eyes, and I'm going to grow a following, and I'm going to be able to build a business from my social media. So does it really matter to you? If yes, then you're going to be willing to post on social media. All right, so more social media questions. I want you to go through this list. I'll give you a second to maybe write them down or read through them. So if your answers to these questions, if it's a majority of no's, then I want you to take on the task of posting with a purpose and turning those answers into yes. So if people don't know you're a coach, then maybe for the next month, make sure you're posting twice a week about something coach related. It doesn't have to be inviting to the coach opportunity, but it can be something about, I love these team calls with my coaches, or I'm so lucky that I get to talk with my challengers every week. I'm so proud of them. Something about the coaching opportunity without explicitly inviting to it or saying, I'm a coach, buy from me. You don't want to do that. So here's a tip. Make your posts lessons or stories or reflections instead of just about you. People want something that they can take away from their posts, and they might not care that you ate spinach and toast for lunch or anything like that. They want something that they can take away and learn from it. So the same thing, if I was inviting you guys to these team calls and I was only talking about me, and this happened to me, and I wasn't giving you anything that was helpful to you, do you think you would keep showing up to these team calls? No. The reason you show up to these team calls is because I'm trying to teach you something, and you know that you're going to get something out of it, at least one good thing, I hope. And that's the reason why you keep coming back. So it's the same thought process with social media. People are going to come back to your social media, and they're going to trust what you have to say if you are continually adding value to your posts and to their lives, something that they can take away from it and maybe get inspired or put into their own lives. So how do you put all of this into action? I hope you've had a few realizations so far, and I know I definitely did as I planned this call, but I know you want actual to-do lists. And here's how you can put all this into action. So 1, stop planning every single little detail and making lists and just stuff that looks so overwhelming. If you're a pen to paper person, I definitely am. I'm a list lover. But when I have a big, long list, it just makes me feel overwhelmed, and I want to shut down and not do any of it. So if you're planning every little detail and you have all these big ideas for the future, chances are you're not going to get any of them done, because you're going to say, I'm going to try to get all this done. You're trying. I want you to pick out the needs and the wants from your list. And so kind of like a budget, if you can only spend your time on certain things, spend it on the needs. So that's your vital behaviors. You need to spend time on inviting people. You need to spend time on social media or being a product of the product. And you definitely need to just spend time on personal development and training your own brain to think differently. So just start with the little things, the little basics. So number 2, I want you to post 3 valuable posts a day. It might take some effort and adjustment, or like an adjustment period, because you're not used to posting that many times a day, but it's necessary, and eventually I promise it will come naturally to you. So an example that I want to share for adding value. You want to be a product of the product, so you want to show people that you're drinking Shakeology every day. Well, like I said, it kind of gets boring if you're just posting a picture of a chocolate shake every single day and you're saying, I like it, buy it from me. So instead of saying that, try different recipes with your Shakeology. I did this all the time as my first 5 months as a coach, and people loved it. Even if they didn't have Shakeology, they could use their own protein powders. And I did, this is pumpkin season, so do a bunch of different pumpkin recipes. We have cafe latte with anything pumpkin spice. That's like a Starbucks alternative. Take advantage of that. Just there's tons of recipes on Pinterest that you can recreate, or you can just get creative and do it yourself. But share recipes because people really, really like that. So talk about how it might block your cravings or substitute for your cravings. I love chocolate, and I could eat chocolate all day, every day. And now, I'm not going to lie, I still crave chocolate, obviously, but I look forward to my chocolate Shakeology more than any other meal of the day. Like, I would drink it 3 times a day if I could. I love that stuff. So that's kind of like my replacement for, ice cream from Sonic or something. And it's also cheaper than ice cream from Sonic if I were to do that every day. Another thing you can say about Shakeology is how your energy has increased since you started drinking it, or, any of the benefits that it does for you. So just be observant, I guess, about how Shakeology affects your life and share that. Like I said, make it a lesson or maybe a story. Talk about how good it tastes. If a lot of people are hesitant to do shakes because they think it's going to taste powdery or grassy or whatever they say. So talk about the taste. Talk about why it's different than anything you've tried before. You could go on and on and on, but don't just post an ugly picture and say, I love my shakes and you should too. That's not adding value to anybody's lives. So that's just Shakeology. You are posting 3 times a day. You could do a workout post, a quote post, and a Shakeology post. Or maybe I would throw in selfies because people want to see you. You are what makes your social media. So make sure you're just adding value and putting yourself into your posts. Don't just throw something out there for no reason. The last thing that you can do is start talking to people. You need to get out of your comfort zone because people aren't going to just come knocking at your door just because you say you're a Beachbody coach. Chances are they don't even really know what a Beachbody coach does. So you, again, have to be posting about what a coach does or what your take on coaching is so that they get an idea of what it's all about and how you can help them. So if you don't know how to talk to people and you don't know how to send invites, go watch the IF Institute video. Here I am redirecting you to it again. But go watch those videos because it will help you. I dare you to send 10 messages a day. You will be amazed by how much of a difference this makes for you. And just because you're sending 10 messages a day, I want you to be realistic. 1 out of every 10 messages actually gets a reply or a yes or an interested response. So if you're only sending out, 2 messages a day, it's going to take you almost a week before you get anybody to respond back. So you need to increase that number of people you're talking to and just take a chance on people. All right. So we all have a goal to make October our best month ever. And I really want to go out on this call and end it with a goal planning session. So I'll give you a minute or 2 to write this down and make it pretty, or you can redo it later, I guess. But I want you to write this down and fill in your goal and how you'll achieve it. And I want you to put it somewhere you will see it every day. So that could be on the ceiling above your bed, so you see it before bedtime every night when you wake up. Could be by your mirror that you get ready at every morning, on the fridge. I'm going to put it in the front of my planner. And so it's basically going to be my cover for my planner. And I want you to fill it in and make it something that you can achieve, but don't settle with your goals. I want it to be something that's going to push you. So go ahead for a second and write it down. And if you have to come back later and you have to think about what goal you want to have, then you can do that. All right, moving on. Another thing that you can do that is really helpful and really kind of inspirational and motivational, at least in my opinion, is you can print out this fake blank paycheck and write your name on it and the amount of money that you want to be earning by the end of the month or the end of the year or whatever timeline you want. Put that date on it. And you can envision that actually being your bank check, your paycheck. Same thing, put this somewhere where you see it every day. And I want you to actually, don't just like glance at it and not think about it. I want you to see this thing, envision it being real, and imagine how it will feel when that's your paycheck. Now, Vision, I talked about this on the last call. It's not just something that you can think about and it's going to happen, but seeing that number is going to inspire you to do what it takes to make it grow, to actually meet your goal. So put this somewhere where you will see it every day, just like with that goal that you wrote down on the last slide, and let it inspire you to do different actions that will grow your business. Like I said, don't set a small goal that you know you can achieve. That's just like easy to make yourself feel better. I want you to set a goal that kind of scares you, but also I want you to believe in it and just know that you can do it, because anything is possible. If you want this picture, I can send it to you, or maybe I'll put it in the comment on the recording video. So if you really want a to-do list or actual like items that you can check off a list, Google it. There are tons of examples of Power Hour to-do lists and different coaching business activity trackers online. Just make a simple search and you will find it. And another thing that you could do is go to the IF Institute, and I believe it's on day 1 or day 2. I actually give a few examples of what you should be focusing on, the vital behaviors for coaching and how to grow your business. All right, guys, that's really all I have. I hope that you got a lot out of this. I am ready to kick October's butt. There's nothing to it but to do it. So let's go have our best month ever. Thanks for watching the call, guys. I appreciate it. Have a good night.